was in the middle of getting ready, but I found out I got a little extra time. But check the lashes, like, bitch. These are my real lashes, y'all. Like, get into these. So I wanted to go into my last video and I was talking about the guy, because, you know, a lot of people said they'd rather me, you know, talk about like toxic relationships. So, you know, I thought that would be good because, you know, it get a little woo seriousness. Signal. But the reason I made the video was because, you know, I feel like for my age, I'm 22 years old, you know, like I said, I know people go through things every day. I know stuff happens and all of those things, and don't get me wrong, I'm truly grateful and blessed for where I am now. But that don't mean that the things that I went through was easy. Someone like him, you know, he gave me like a lot of belief, like in different areas and different places in life. Like, don't get me wrong, I've met really cool people, I've met really successful people, I've met, you know, all kinds of people. But yeah, I've met all kinds of people, but, you know, like far as guys and everything, like in my life, I've always had like pretty bad luck with guys. And like even to my dad, like it was just always like really bad for me. I said, meeting someone like him, like he totally like changed everything around for me. Like I've heard people say, you know, oh, like I went through this, so you know all you gotta do is be patient, you know, it's gonna come. And you know, after a while, I honestly, like, I really stopped believing that. But now that I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, and what the crap, I forgot what I was saying. Now that I'm going through, you know, what I'm going through, you know, like a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff that people said or that I've been through, you know, is making a lot of sense now. Like I've been through like some things. Like, for example, a friend of mine was talking to this guy a while ago. Kind of find out he had kids, and she found out, and she asked him, why didn't you tell me? And he says to her, you never asked. You know what? It's just stuff like that. Like, even a guy, you know, I was dealing with, like, he was still with his baby mother, but he was still lie. And, you know, like, I guess when he called himself trying to use me or whatever the case may be, like, he would go back and tell her something. Like, this guy really came to my house and was crying, like, eyes bawling, just for me to forgive him, for him to turn around and do the same thing. Like, he acted like, it's just, yo, like, I'm not about to be spilling those teas. A lot of people I know be watching my videos. So point is, you know, outside of guys, you know, I just feel more comfortable, you know, talking about stuff like that than other stuff. But it's just, I really just been through some things, and I had to let people go, you know. Before I moved here, I kind of was confused on, you know, why did it go this way, or why is this happening, or why couldn't this happen like that. But now that I am here, it's like I'm kind of glad and I'm truly thankful. Just too many, you know, I grew up being like really nice and shy. I was always so sweet and all of that good stuff. You know, people took advantage of that. Like up until last year and this year, it's like I've become more aggressive, letting people know not to, you know, take me for granted and all of that stuff. It's true. Like, you honestly just gotta believe. Like, before I met him, it just was hell. Like, and don't get me wrong, you know, things are not the best with us, but it's just like, he just, like I said, he gives me belief and hope, like, in different areas in life. Like, not just guys, not just relationships with people, but stuff I want to do and be successful in. Like, it's like almost like saying, you know, I don't ever think I'm ever going to successfully be a professional, high-known, I say high-known, artist, writer, you know, a lot of stuff. And, you know, I just, you know, just back to him just giving me belief in those things. Like, I know, like, I never thought, you know, I would find a guy who actually genuinely cares about me for me. And it happened. Like, really mean it when they say one thing, that guy might not see in you, that guy over there is gonna love you for it. It's just really about just knowing your worth. Like, honestly, just really, you really gotta have belief in yourself. And then, honestly, I didn't even want kids at first. Like, I didn't want a kid. I didn't want kids. I didn't want kids. You know, I didn't want to get married. like I was on a long, like if you really know me, I was on that rant for a long time. But not saying that I want to have his babies or get married with him. But God forbid if anything was to happen to him, with me and him, or if I was to meet someone else, I would want them to, you know, do what he do, and if better. Until, you know, this girl I met this year, her name Megan. She's just like a really nice and sweet, you know, like she, like it was one time we was talking about something, and I was like, you know, no, I don't want to do it because I don't want to blah, 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 be judged or something. And she was like, well, you feel like this because you feel like this and that, or that gonna happen, right? So I'm looking like, how the fuck she know? Like, it's just, you know, it's just, I'm really glad, you know, that I met the people I met. You know, thank God for this YouTube and writing and blogging and all of that stuff. You know, I really met some really motivational people. Like, you have to surround yourself, you know, with positive energy. You know, like you hanging around people who sell drugs or do drugs all day but don't want to get a job, you know, blah blah blah. Not saying that you specifically don't want to, but when you're not having those motivational people around you, you know, it kind of just puts you in the back burner. You know, it was like that for me for a long time, you know, until I moved here. Like, even to my grandmother, like she's really a hardworking, you know, she's always working, she always has some source of income coming in. She's just a really loving and caring person. Her love is just like no love I've never felt. Like, her love always feels genuine. You know, like it was a time where I was living with my ex-boyfriend. We got into horrible physical fights, and you know, it was, you know, I was just sacrificed a lot for him. Like, I went to hotel to hotel with him, and you know, I had to go to house for house and do all this crazy stuff and having to deal with people with weird, shady attitudes, and, you know, all of that stuff. Being here, you know, I kind of was, you know, scared. I was like, you know, I don't know if she gonna be acting weird, or I don't know if she gonna be, even though, you know, it's her. But my whole point is to say that it's really about surrounding yourself with the right people. Like, you might have known Lil Day Day and your mans and them from the go-go days or something, but you gotta let them go. Like, you gotta surround yourself with great, motivated, successful, want to go somewhere like people. But that's what I do. What I'm doing now, I wasn't making no money doing from it at first. Since I met these people and talked to the people I've talked to, and it's just beautiful. I'm gonna go finish getting water. Like, I'm gonna go finish getting so I can leave. I'm always the only one who still just be sitting. I feel like I put too many.